I'm making it sound like the most uninteresting book you've ever read, but I'm loving it. We take 24 hours and we just binge read as much as we possibly can.
And she might see Conrad again while engaged to his brother. It's not over!
Here's a boy. Cliffy.
Do not pick up my phone.
Oh, I like that, yeah. Hey, well, welcome back to my channel. You're seeing me on the day after that the readathon has happened, but this is a little 24-hour reading challenge, taking you along with me on something that my friends Maddie and Olivia and me have done for a couple years now. Maddie also filmed the 24-hour readathon, so go check that out on her channel because you can see her POV. Go check out Maddie's video and then come back and finish this one. But basically we just do the form of this challenge where we take 24 hours of time, roughly. Sometimes we do a little more. Just binge read as much as we possibly can. That does not mean we stay up all night. It doesn't mean we do a timer. It just means we read for 24 hours and see how far we can get and see how much we can read. Which is a really fun thing. It's like we do it as a challenge, but it's definitely not like a super strict thing. We just do it for fun. And it ultimately ends up getting us about a book and a half, 2 books worth of reading done, depending on the length of books and depending on, you know, how many books you start versus finish. So now it's pretty.
Go ahead. Honestly, I'd rather see yours than mine. I already know what I brought.
Ooh. Okay. I also, for the video purposes, I left all my desk jackets on, so that's
Me too.
Aren't
you partway into that?
Yeah. I don't know how far. I think I looked on the audiobook and I was way less far than I thought.
Oh, that's sad.
Okay. This is like, yeah, right. But okay. It's like a fun, shorter one. Have you read that?
I almost brought it.
I love when we're matching. We haven't read stuff.
I hate when you're matching because I'm always like, oh, I already read that.
I love that I'm the only one who hasn't read it. It's really helpful
I know.
for me. Ooh, my annotated version. Because I just need to start another fantasy. Ooh, okay, I went to Book Bin yesterday. Got this. Because I had some left over on my credit thing.
Yeah.
And then also it's only like $12. That's where I saw Karis, Belle, and Ella.
Oh,
and I was
really?
talking to them about throwing glass. That was fun. And because I was getting this brick.
Literally.
And they were like, oh, what are you reading? I was like, yeah. I haven't started it yet. Hee hee. But I was explaining to them about how
It's literally.
because Karis wants to read it, and I was like, I'll have to tell you all about it at one point because it was too much. So I was trying to explain the reading orders, and I was like, okay,
I have to go.
And then, ooh.
Yay.
For self-explanatory reasons, which is just something to cleanse from all of this. That's it. Also, I forgot my phone charger, so that's my haul.
I brought my Kindle.
Oh yeah, my Kindle. Where is she?
That's probably, yeah.
It's implied that I have my Kindle.
Brought Crooked Kingdom so I could keep annotating it.
Yours. Cute. I like that this matches it.
I know.
Which I know you did that on purpose, but still.
I brought Cress.
Ew, I've never seen that before.
I don't like, yeah.
That's just gross. Okay,
I
cool.
kind of like it more than the other one.
Me too. I like it more than the old covers.
I
So it's like
probably
the
have.
shoe and the
The
foot.
shoe and
then
that's
the-
what I have.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
I like
what I
it's
like.
matte, but I like that.
Yeah, I do like it.
Ooh, and then feel it. Serious.
3D.
Yeah. It's like the
Oh, I like that, yeah.
it's I have Reappearance of Rachel Price.
Ooh.
You read this one? No.
No, I read Price.
Okay.
I do want to read that one.
Me too. See if I ever.
And also now we're more behind because she's another book out.
I'm 3 behind. A Beach Read.
What could I just found?
Beach Read. Maybe we'll get to
yay!
it. All the Song Birds and
I almost
Snakes.
brought that.
Really?
I haven't read the third book though, so I did.
I read it.
Like the 3rd book?
Mockingjay?
Yeah,
Really?
she already read it all.
Uh-huh. It was
crazy.
It was good. I really liked it.
You can read the
I
other
brought
one
the
too.
Phantom Tollbooth because it's short.
You have that book?
Yeah.
I
This
love
is
that
gonna
we
be
all
like
just bring random books because they're short. We're like,
it's like 200 pages and there's like pictures.
I bet it's good.
And so I was like, okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And it's kind of a classic.
Exactly. But look at that.
Oh yeah.
That's so nice.
really
That's 2
cute.
pages right there. And I brought Emma.
Wow, that
Which
is
is
such a cute copy. When the heck did you get that?
I had a library book sale.
That book.
I spun it for my wheel thing, and so
Oh.
I was like, oh, let's try it.
That's also, I guess, the point of the wheels. You were like,
Also,
maybe I wouldn't have picked
because last time my choice was bad, so I was like, you know, I'm just gonna trust
the one before.
Masters of Death.
Oh yeah.
And I DNF'd it.
so
I
nice.
don't like it. Oh, there's a book of no 7. I have 7. How many did you have? I counted it. 1, 2, 7. Huh? How many did you have?
And not 7.
Over a span of 24 hours, we read as much as we can in the 24 hours. And so
Yeah.
we're good. We do what we do every time.
Yeah,
We stay up as late as we can. We wake up early.
We do it right.
Yeah. We just do it that way, which is not as fun, in my opinion, to watch, but it's fun to do. So, anyways, we're good.
Yo. Okay. Figure we do a little update. It's now like 6:16. It took me a second because my watch is in 24-hour time and I'm not used to it. But the summary book that I have been reading up until I just started Kingdom of Ash like 10 minutes ago, I have been reading Summer Romance, I believe it's called, by Abigail Monaghan, which has a lot of 5-star reviews from like booktubers and friends I have on Goodreads. And so I was like, okay, well, the premise is basically, it's like older woman. I think she's like 38, she said. She's going through like a separation and has 3 kids, and she's kind of going through the journey of grief because her mom passed away. And then she meets this guy at a dog park, and it's this like really cute little meet cute thing, and then they kind of instantly click. So she's just feeling really alone and stranded because she's going through separation, and her friend Franny, maybe something like that, her friend wants to help her out with the kids, and this is a horrible description because that doesn't sound like an I'm making it sound like the most uninteresting book you've ever read, but I'm loving it. Hey, I'm loving it. Okay, I'm gonna keep reading that. I think I'm like 35% in, I would say, somewhere around there. I'm just reading that on my Kindle, and then also listening to Kingdom of Ash, which is, I have an audiobook and I have a physical copy and I have it on my Kindle, so like we'll do a combination of those things, I'm sure. But Kingdom of Ash is good. I've only listened to like the opening part and then like a quarter of a chapter, not even. Anyways, I will update you further when I have gotten a little bit further into both of those books, but it's fun. The 24-hour readathon is always fun. And hey, disclaimer, we do the 24-hour readathon as in for 24 hours we read as much as we can. It is by no means reading for 24 hours like on a stopwatch until you hit 24 hours, because that would be insane. And that would probably result in us failing the challenge anyway, so it's better that we don't do that, trust me. Anyways, so having a good time. We're gonna go on a walk in a little bit because we need a little break, but yeah. Alright, update you later.
Holy cow! I don't even know what to respond again. If I'm not on Jeremiah's team, I'm anti-Belly, because Jeremiah was always there for Belly. He always listened. And for me, it feels like Belly always compared Jeremiah and Conrad, and Jer always complimented Belly, waited for her and wanted to be with her. As to why I'm not Team Connie, it's how he treated Belly for season 1 and 2. There's no periods or punctuation in this.
Wow.
But also in the book, Belly shaved her legs once she learned she might see Conrad again while engaged to his brother. It's not over! But Belly really needs to let them both go. And don't tell me to listen to Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo. Can I just say, listen to Always an Angel by Alexandra, and just think of Jer, because I go probably on and on, but the comment is big enough.
Oh my goodness.
TikTok. That's crazy.
I love it. That's so fun.
Actually, here's That's so funny.
Oh, I so disagree with you. I'm not gonna get into an argument. It's okay.
Anyways, Team Conrad. I know, it's so funny.
Anyways, that's hysterical.
It's like the worst name. It's a boy. Cliffy.
Is that his full name?
They've never called him anything
I
else.
feel like Clifford.
No.
The big
Cliff.
red dog.
Okay, I've heard of Cliff as a name. But it's like an old person name.
How old's the kid?
6?
Cliffy.
Her other kids are like much more normal. I don't remember, like Iris and something else. No, wait, Greer. Isn't that from 13th Child? Well, it's not from that, but you know. Greer is something.
No, Greer's from Atlanta Wide. That's
Oh.
her name.
Anyways, that's one of her
It's
kids'
more of a
names.
fantasy book name though.
It's kind of like, okay, Cliffy and
I'd
Greer.
rather be Greer than Cliffy, I guess.
So anyways,
Clifford.
it's like, okay,
It's not
Allie and Ethan. Okay, Cliffy and Greer. I think her other daughter's name is like Iris or something like way more normal. You're like, okay. It's just kind of weird.
Cliffy.
Cliffy, that's like Clifford.
Cliffy, go clean your room.
Okay, it's officially 10:57. I have made my way through almost all of Summer Romance, which I'm really enjoying. It's the cute summery thing that I'm wanting. It's like super cute, and I feel like it's the kind of thing I'm like giggling. Like I actually had a moment where I laughed out loud because of something, just kind of a fun plot twist that was added in. That was not expecting. So that was really fun. I think I'm like an hour and 23 minutes away from finishing. I don't remember what percentage that is on the Kindle, but I'm making my way through that. So I'm hoping to finish that tonight. But I've been really enjoying it. That's the one I started this morning. So I only got a couple chapters into Kingdom of Ash. So I'm just now kind of piecing together a couple things that happened at the end of Empire of Storms, which is still exciting, but I didn't make it very much further because I knew as I get more tired into the night, I don't want to be reading anything super brain heavy, and so I knew Summer Romance was going to be my jam, but I'm really enjoying it, that being said. So anyways, I think around midnight when Summer I Turn Pretty comes out, we're going to watch the new episode, give ourselves a little break, which I'm actually very excited for. Hopefully I have enough time to finish that before we start the episode, but we'll see. I don't think we're going to be up super late because I know we want to get at least a good 6 or 7 hours of sleep and then continue on our day tomorrow. So yeah, girl, I'm so excited.
That's true. So what, you're just gonna spend your summer looking at data instead?
Hey? Super rude.
I feel like we got there at like.
My guess like 11:16.
Oh, I said 15. Yeah.
Really?
So really? We were there for
That.
oh my god, it's like an hour and a half.
And I only read my 87. I think I was at like 50 something or
Yeah.
60 something. Like, so none of us read that much.
20 pages.
That confirms our rumors.
And we left. I don't even know, like 12:45.
Also, listen to how long we're talking about. So for over an hour.
Minutes, basically. So basically, I read.
So really, we sat there for an hour. I read for 20 minutes.
It's not like I was like eating a full
Okay.
meal and then it was stupid.
There's no explanation for it,
We
legitimately.
probably were actually reading for like an hour.
Surprisingly
Now,
hard. I feel like I should have brought my headphones. Coffee shop, like that. They have to
Sometimes when you're
talk.
in your headphones though, you're so unaware of what's going on that you kind of like, huh? You're kinda, like, trying to be aware of it.
That actually happened to me last night. My music was like trying to be ambiance, and so it was like instrumental, but then it had like creaking wood noises in the background, and it freaked me out like 3 times because it was supposed to be like, I guess, like almost like crackling of a fireplace type of thing, but it just sounded like, who's there? And so I had to keep thinking it, and no one said anything, and I was like, what?
Who's there?
Because it just sounded
I feel like you're
weird.
missing out on stuff. Like what? Like no one's saying anything.
Yeah, that's
Everyone was
exactly
just
what it
reading the
feels
same
like.
page.
We're just all on the last page because we were just talking. And so you have to go back, and then we talk again, and you have to go back again.
Exactly that.
It does, actually. Anyways, we just did that again. So I have
We
to go
talked
back.
about the age gap for like 5 minutes.
When did I record 30 seconds ago, apparently. This is just bothering me. We're gonna ignore that because I can't. Alright, let's have a little chat about the books I read during the 24-hour readathon and the ones that I started. So the first thing I want to talk about is the book I do not have a physical copy of. I'm gonna hold this as my emotional support thing. Anyways, so the first book I read was really craving a summery romance. I decided to pick up Summer Romance by Abigail Monaghan, which was such a good decision. That book was so much fun. I accidentally made the love interest Ethan. I accidentally made him brunette in my head, which I just make the love interest brunette in my own head, regardless of the fact that this guy's supposed to be blonde. And partway through the book, I went, oh yeah, he's blonde. Like, it was like I fully did that after I read the description and knew he was supposed to be blonde. I just made him brunette, and I don't really know why. So, anyways, he's blonde, but not in my head. It was a really fun book. I really enjoyed the like summer romance aspect of it. I really enjoyed that they touched on other topics without making it really sad or really like heavy. Because in this book we're going through the fact that our main character, Allie, has just lost her mom. I think it's like a year before, maybe 2 years before we meet her. And her mom are really close. We don't meet her mom, but we see glimpses of her mom in everything that she is and every decision that she makes. I don't know why this is here. And every decision she makes, everything kind of comes back to her relationship with her mom and who her mom was. And her mom was a big light in her life. And so when she passed away, a lot of things came to the light that she was in her marriage and just in a lot of aspects of her life. And so that was something I really enjoyed, was the fact that it was not just like, oh yeah, I don't care that my mom's dead, but it also wasn't this like whole sad part of the book. I mean, obviously it wasn't happy, but it was more in remembrance of her, that she would kind of that she would just bring up like, oh, this is what my mom would have done in this instance, or something like that. I like the way they incorporated, or I guess she, the writer, incorporated that into the story without making it heavy. I also like the way that they portrayed the mom wasn't just like an angel. She did a lot of really great things for Allie, but it also enabled her husband to treat her badly and not be motivated, and it also enabled her to stay quiet in her marriage a lot, which is something we kind of see progress throughout the book. But I feel like in a lot of divorces or separated couples in books or media. It's portrayed that the husband is like the evil villain, like he's the super villain, and everybody else is just the victim of him being a man. And I really liked that it was like, yes, he did things wrong. Yes, he was not very passionate about their marriage. He didn't fight for them. He prioritized himself a lot. And part of the thing I was touching on before about the mom kind of enabled that part of him. But it also was because main character Allie, she also stayed quiet in a lot of instances when it would have behooved her to speak up, I guess, for lack of a better term. And because her mom would just brush everything aside or tell her get over it or let him do it or whatever, it caused her to be in this really passive state in their marriage, and it kind of forced her into passivity in a way that was unhealthy for them. And so that was something I really, really enjoyed hearing about, that just that both people were at fault and neither one was the villain in this situation, but just that mutually it wasn't working for them to be married anymore. I think they were married for like 10 plus years, but it was always true, and it just had just come to the light when the mom had passed away. So that was a whole side of the romance that was not the main plot, but it was really interesting, and it kind of tied into the romance later, which I won't get into because it's kind of a spoiler, I guess. I don't know. I also really liked that even though I'm 20, I liked that I think she was like 38 in the book. Allie was like 38. I'm 20. And somehow I related to her in a lot of ways that I was not expecting. And I really liked how, I keep saying I really liked, that's annoying. And the way they portrayed motherhood was just such a breath of fresh air from how I feel like I almost expected, I guess. Especially being someone who does not have kids and is just, I feel very young to be reading about that. It doesn't feel relatable to me. It was done really well. We weren't hearing about all the frustrations of motherhood, but we also weren't hearing all the like amazing parts of it. It was very realistic. It portrayed the loneliness of being a single mother while also portraying that like can make you feel very inferior or insecure. And that was touched on also, which I thought was really interesting. Ethan, which is the love interest, was such a fun guy, and it was so fun to see him like interact with her and help her to bring out a lot of emotions and joys and fun that she hadn't had in so long, being a single mom and a stay-at-home mom. And I really liked that he helped her to be more spontaneous and be in touch with that side of her, while also being a really good support system for her. And he was very emotionally consistent and stable, which she really needed and I really liked about him. And because she was 38, I think he was 36, I want to say. Because they're both grown people, he was able to be like a grown man and not, because sometimes in the YA romances you read it, and hey, I love a YA, but that was one of the first books I've read that was not YA, but it also didn't have spice, which I really liked too. It was really good to see grown-ups and the fact that he could be there for her, and he was a man, and he could, like, he had community and he had things in his life that he was his own person. They really complemented each other in a lot of ways, and that was probably one of my favorite parts of that book. If I'm thinking about it, I am probably simmering between a 4.5 and 5 star. Like, I really loved it. So, highly recommend. Let me get some chapstick. Summer romance. Highly recommend. It was Closed Door, which I personally skipped spice scenes. That was something that was really refreshing because I hadn't read something that was so closed door to where I didn't have to skip anything at all. So that was really fun. Anyways, as you can tell, I really enjoyed the book. Let's move on. Next, I'm going to talk about The Four Winds by Kristen Hannah. Now, keep in mind, I'm 30% through this book. I just checked. My bookmark's actually not where I am because I was audiobooking a couple chapters, but Four Winds is such a different pace and style of book than I typically read, but I've been wanting to pick up a book by Kristen Hannah for at least like a year, like a long time, and I've had a copy of The Nightingale, I have a copy of True Colors, I just got Four Winds the other day. I was already itching to pick it up after I finished Summer Romance, so that was fun. The vibes are very different from the last book I read, but nonetheless, I'm really enjoying it. I am loving the way that it's touching on really deep, like, human topics. All the, like, genres I typically read do not typically touch on those topics, and that's something I'm really enjoying that I was kind of expecting, because I've heard that about Kristen Hanna's writing, but her writing is so, it's so good. I don't even know how to explain it. It's already pretty sad. I mean, I haven't cried yet, but I'm really, like, emotionally invested to where I know that if something happens, I'm gonna cry. And I'm a crier also, so that has to do with it too. But the premise of this book, which I'm not going to try to explain the synopsis, you can look it up on Goodreads because I'm horrible at explaining that, but it explores a really interesting topic that I've not read about before, which is the way that your parents talk to you and the way what they say about you and about, like, your identity really shapes who you become as a person, and it influences the way that you perceive the world, the way you think about yourself, your self-talk, your self-image. Like, it really influences every aspect of your life, to a degree at least. And so we're seeing that play out in a lot of different ways, which I can't totally explain without spoiling anything. I'm out of breath. How do I get out of breath from talking? That's insane. The other, like, couple of topics that have come up so far have been, like, the loss of children, because it's not something they've talked about a ton, but again, the way that Kristen Hanna has written it, again, just shows how, like, loss and how grief, without even being super heavy or being, like, really, really sad, it just shows how it influences every aspect of your life and the way you see the world. Like, once you've lost, in this case it was like you've lost a baby or multiple babies, it was like that part of you is, like, kind of just forever gone and you can't get it back, and changes you in a way that no one can, like, put back or, like, really explain. And then another thing is famine, which is becoming a bigger part of the story, and that's part of the synopsis that everybody knows about. Which I think I went semi-blind into this. I don't remember. I'm sure I read the cover of it, but the way that famine is influencing the story, it is in the 1930s, which is when the Dust Bowl is. I was just talking to Maddie about that, and Olivia. What even is the Dust Bowl? Let me Google this real quick. I'm spelling everything wrong. Dust Bowl was a period of intense dust storms that ravaged the American Midwest during the 1930s, devastating agriculture and the environment. So from 1930 to 1936. So this takes place in 1921, and then it jumps to 1934, I believe. Let me check. Start out in 1921. Where I'm at now is 1934, but I don't remember where the switchover happens. I will say that it has been such an interesting book. I'm really liking the pacing of it. I'm liking the writing a lot. There's some really good mother-daughter dynamics that are really interesting to explore and think about. Again, something I haven't read about a lot about, and so it's been really fun. I don't know if fun's the word, but, like, fun. But the way that famine is happening in the story really influences, I think, a lot of decisions that are being made, and so I really like how I weirdly like it, just because it does give me, it's historical fiction. What is it? Yeah, historical fiction. I think it's historical fiction. I don't know what else it would be. And just about how World War I, the Great Depression, and then the Dust Bowl all hits in a row, and just the way that can devastate relationships, and it can put strains on families, and not super fun to read about, I'll be honest. It is heartbreaking to read about all of this happening, but it's also real, and it did happen. Obviously this is fictional, but I believe it takes place in Texas, so that is part of the Midwest, so I'm guessing that the dust storms that have been talked about in the book are based on the real Dust Bowl. But anyway, that's been really interesting. Let's talk about this brick of a book, because why is it thicker than anything? It's overwhelming. Go ahead and say right now, don't spoil anything in the comments. I am not very far into this book, so I have very limited thoughts about this, which is why I did it last. Go on Audible and see where I'm at, because I was audiobooking it. I'm on chapter 13. Let's see how far that is into the book because it's going to be very little. I'm purposely also not reading my copy because I think that the spine will get cracked. I think I said before, I'm not anti-spines being cracked. It's just that none of my other copies have cracked spines, and so I don't want them to be weird. Well, here's 14, close enough. This far. So nobody spoil anything in the comments, please. It's gonna take me a while to get through this, so by the time you see this, I probably will still be reading it. Anyway, so right now there's a few different POVs happening, so I'm excited to see how those dynamics play out in the story, but there's not a lot I can say without spoiling the whole series, obviously, as we know from the last book. From my last video of reading the tandem read, it's like very slim what you can actually say for people who haven't read the series at all. Right now I have no thoughts on the book. Forgive me, but we will come back to this book. I might try to do a little reading vlog reading this because it is so fat. For now, the 24-hour readathon was such a fun tradition that me, Maddie, and Olivia have started. We probably started like two and a half years ago. We've done it every summer and winter for a couple years, so this is not something we started just for this, but it has been fun. It has been very fun. I usually try to start a shorter book during that, so that way I feel accomplished to actually finish something during the course of the readathon. That way it actually feels like you read something. You didn't just get halfway through 3 books and then it's like, okay, well, you didn't read anything. Anyways, that's more of a mindset thing. It's more of a mindset thing than anything. Go check out Maddie's channel. She, her and I both are making book content right now, which is really fun. So check out both of our TikToks, YouTube. You get the idea. Thanks for coming along with us to do the readathon. It was fun and did tire me out. I don't know why reading just... Why did like reading for so long? Reading is just sitting there doing nothing, and it actually made me so exhausted when I got home. It was crazy. So anyway, that's my very long ending and wrap up to the reading challenge, the 24-hour reading challenge. Anyways,